Oh, this is the second video for post-op day 1. I wanted to add just how disgusting my mouth feels. My skin's real. Oh, and one more thing. Okay, so they brought me, the next morning they brought me some broth and some water. And I said, well, when am I supposed to have the barium test? I forgot what it's called, CT scan or whatever it is, where they make you drink the stuff and they check for things, check for holes. And she said, well, there's nothing like that scheduled. I said, well, there's got to be. Every YouTube video that I've watched shows that nobody can drink or eat or consume any beverage until after that scan is done. And she said, well, there's nothing scheduled. I said, well, you need to call my doctor because I'm not going to drink something unless I know that everything's safe. And she said, well, it's the doctor's notes that you can drink and eat. And I said, yeah, I'd rather you just call just to make sure. They said, okay. I said, I've watched like 20 videos. Every single one of them says the same thing. So so she found the doctor's assistant, and she came in and she told me that actually what they did is while I was on the table, they did some other type of test, she called it like a dye or something, a dye test, and so they actually did put something out in me to see if it leaked, and they were pretty confident. They said they don't do the barium one unless they think there might be other complications. So so she said, and then she said on top of it, she goes, you should have been drinking water last night. So this is the first time you're drinking? I'm like, yeah, because I didn't know. I mean, I just had, it was like munching on ice cubes. The reason I was munching on the ice cubes is because my mouth was so dry. It still even feels like cotton right now. But anyway, I was afraid because I was munching on the ice cubes. I was taking the ice cubes and just rubbing them all over my mouth, and but afraid to swallow any water. I swallowed probably a little bit of water, but I was afraid to swallow water because I had it in my head from my YouTube videos or the YouTube videos that I had watched that I couldn't consume any liquids until I had that test, that CT scan. And little did I know, I went the whole night without drinking any water. I mean, I was on an IV, so it wasn't at any risk, but I went through the whole night without drinking any water or consuming any liquids at all. And the whole next morning, until finally the assistant doctor came in and told me it was okay, and then Dr. Moon came in and told me that it was okay. So there was some kind of miscommunication. Maybe watching YouTube videos too much is not a great idea. And I should have just trusted. I didn't trust the nurse when she said it was okay because it says so in the computer. I'm like, it's not okay just because it says so in the computer. I want to hear the doctor say it. Anyway, yeah, that was it. That was the only other thing. Super dry mouth, like cotton. My sister goes, oh, just get some chapstick. That's not the kind of dry mouth I'm talking about. It's not, although I have that too. It's like everything inside, all inside my lips, feels like a cotton ball. And the more I talk, the drier it becomes. So actually, this protein shake just helps. Anyway, last thing I was going to add is the diet for gastric sleeve is a little different than um, the bypass in that we can drink protein shakes right away. So he wants me to drink between 60 and 80 grams of protein a day. And I picked up from Costco, I got an itch. I picked up from Costco the Premier shakes. I got one package, it's like 24, I think, count. I got one of vanilla and two of chocolate, and they're pretty good, and they were cheap. I don't remember exactly what the price is, but I think it was under 30 bucks. So it works out to like $1 a shake. And I mean, I could seriously have had these all along probably if I had known they existed, and they were so good and so filling. Um, and even the vanilla, because usually when you get vanilla, you're like, oh, disappointed by it. But I thought I'd need some variety, but it's pretty darn good. So I have to try and finish off 2 shakes. I only poured about that much for me right now. I'm gonna go, then I just keep sticking it back in the refrigerator. But I'm gonna try and finish off 2 shakes. got to get my protein, my 60 to 80 grams, because the last thing I want is for this hair to fall out. Look at that hair. That's a lot of freaking hair. And if I have bald patches with this hair, it's not going to be good. Anyway, that's it. I'll try to make another video in a few days. I think the most important times that you'd want to see videos are those first few days. So I'll try to do another one, and then I'll get these things uploaded. That's it. Bye.